Gonna talk about the NFL. A lot of surprise ones again. Holy free holidays, man. Let's get this shit going, man. We got the freaking Miami did beat the Jets pretty good, 34-10. That was a good one. Most people, I thought people thought that maybe the New York could win because Tua Tagovailoa does struggled and the cold weather, but the Jets, Miami actually played really good at 34-10. Um, Pittsburgh 27-22 over Baltimore, man. Damn, man. All these teams are still losing, all these good teams. So Pittsburgh might still have a chance to win the division, man. Baltimore just, I don't know, man. Look a little bit shaky. Saints with the upset over the fucking Buccaneers, 24-20. Buccaneers are really falling off, man. Started off really hot and they're falling off, man. Colts, Jaguars 36-19. Freaking Daniel Jones out for the season with a tear Achilles. And I think a lot of it had to do with him playing with the broken tabula in his leg. Now it affected the Achilles. And now he's for sure out for the season, man. And I think Anthony Edwards is still hurt. Anthony Richardson is still hurt. So they're going to have to go with the third stringer, Leonard, I think his name is. So I think he played on Notre Dame last year. It's not looking good for the for Colts, man. They started like 8-1, now they're 8-5, man. Jesus Christ. Titans with the with the win over the excuse me, over Cleveland, fucking 31-29, a fucking shootout. But the Titans with the win, man. Man, Shador Sanders, you can't beat Tennessee at home. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. What about Minnesota? Finally, JJ McCarthy getting his head out of his ass. Everybody think this guy sucks ass and everything. Pretty really good tonight, man. Jane Daniels got hurt once again. I believe Zach Ertz got hurt, but it was a shitty ass team for Washington. Jane Daniels got hurt. Zach Ertz got hurt. And they lose 31-0, man. Jesus Christ. Seattle 37-9 over Atlanta. Most of the points too were scored at I think they scored like 31 out of the 37 in the third and fourth quarter. They didn't score that. Like, it was amazing how the way they exploded. The game was like literally like fucking 9-6, and then it went 39-7. It's like, Jesus Christ. 39-34, Buffalo beats Cincinnati. I think a lot of people, like, I don't know, man, we're like, oh, Joe Burrow's choked. I mean, I think it's more like you got to give the Bills defensive linemen. They were just like blocking the passes and deflecting them and catching them. I don't know that's necessarily Joe Burrow's fault. I think you got to sometimes just give credit to the other team, and the defensive line did a good job of getting those interceptions, man. They were like tapping the passes, and yeah, man. 39-34, Buffalo wins it in the snow. Denver 24-17 over Las Vegas. Packers 28-21 over the Chicago. Chicago, typical thing, man. It looked for like the first 59 minutes. Chicago finally has a quarterback. And then, man, that interception at the end there by Caleb Williams. Green Bay wins it. I think the biggest difference in this game was like how hard it was like for Chicago to score in Green Bay, man, with just fucking Christian Watson and all those guys, Jalen Reed, and they score really fast, right? Where Bears were having to really grind it out, and it took them more longer to score. 45-17, Rams beat Arizona. They get their payback after losing last week to Carolina. And the final game, Houston beats Kansas City 20-10. That defense, man, once again did great tonight. 3 interceptions by Mahomes. I think he only threw for like 131 yards, Patrick Mahomes. And I think at least like 2 out of the 3 interceptions were actually Mahomes' fault. I know one got like deflected in the air, and then it was actually the same guy. The Houston player like deflected, and then he actually caught it himself. Then the other one, he just flat out caught an interception. But then I thought the third one was more of Travis Kelce's fault. He just didn't catch it. It bounced off his hands, and then it landed on the Houston player. But I thought at least 2 out of the 3 interceptions were Patrick Mahomes' fault. I don't know what's going on with. I think a lot of it has to do with the line. They're not really protecting Mahomes. I think literally the first play, one of the linemen got hurt. Houston has a really good defense. A few weeks ago, they gave Josh Allen a hard time. Tonight they gave Patrick Mahomes a hard time. That's a really good defense, man. If they can get another receiver to play alongside Nico Collins, they could do something next year, man. Maybe get another running back too. I think, I don't know, Nick Chubb and yeah, he's probably past his prime. Got to get another one in there. But yeah, Houston can do something with that defense. I think they just got to get a better offense. Like I said, to get a receiver to go alongside Nico Collins and they can do something next year. Um, but yeah, man, another crazy week. The AFC is so crazy. It really looks like we're gonna get a freaking Broncos Patriots AFC Championship game. Um, Baltimore loses again. Kansas City loses again. Buffalo wins today, but they give up like 34, 35 points. Um, they needed the defense to come up with some big plays at the end there. Um, I don't know, man. The AFC is just down this year. NFC, I think it's probably between Detroit, Rams, and Green Bay. I think those are probably the 5 teams right now, if you would really have to say it. Um, right now, probably Detroit, Rams, Green Bay, New England, and Denver. One of those 5 probably might win the Super Bowl. We'll see if anybody else can sneak in, but I think those 5 teams look the best. Um, Denver, New England look like there might be in a collision course to play in the AFC Championship game. Um, yeah, man, I don't know, man. Green Bay's really starting to figure things out. Micah Parsons starting to get comfortable with that Green Bay defense. They're starting to figure stuff out over there in Green Bay. They score so easily, man, with Watson, man. I think they had like 2 touchdowns. Um, yeah, man. Green Bay starting to click on all cylinders. Detroit, kind of a little bit inconsistent, but I think their defense, that's the problem with it. That's the thing we're worrying about Detroit, the defense. And then you got the Rams. They look pretty good too, man. Redeemed themselves tonight after what happened last week versus Carolina. But yeah, man, the AFC is really down this year, man. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens if Kansas City does not make the playoffs. How dramatic of changes they make, right? Because right away, a lot of people are already saying that Tom Brady never missed the playoffs in the middle of his prime, right? I think what is this year like? I think this is year like what 7, 8 for Mahomes, and he's gonna miss the playoffs. It's looking like he's gonna miss the playoffs, man. It's not looking good. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Well, how dramatic of move they make if they were to miss the playoffs. Like LeBron missed the playoffs like towards like when he was like 35, right? The fact that Mahomes, I think he was 30, 31, like literally in the prime, and he's gonna miss the playoffs. He's literally having an off season in the middle of his prime. So it's it's gonna be to see how many moves the Chiefs make. It's not looking good at all, man. College football got the playoffs out. Man, Notre Dame did not make it, and they got pissed to the point where they announced they will not be participating in the bowl games. I mean, I guess they were trying to be like super fair, but like, man, I think there's gonna be some ass whoopings in this thing, man, because like when do the playoffs start? I don't even I think the first game is Alabama, Oklahoma, Miami, Texas A&M, Tulane, Ole Miss. Like I don't know what they're thinking. Like with James Madison in Tulane, it's almost like they're trying to do some fucking March Madness type shit, right? With the Cinderella. Are they gonna book Tulane to beat Ole Miss since Lane Kiffin is not there anymore? They might do some funny ass shit, man. They might be looking for that March Madness vibe. Watch out for that Tulane Ole Miss game if Tulane went with the upset, man. Jesus Christ. But it does have a excuse me. It does have a little bit of a March Madness feel to it this year with some shitty ass schools. Excuse me, with some smaller schools making it. I don't know. You're asking probably for blowouts, but we'll see what happens. If you really, I mean, at least they're getting chances, but right. If you really wanted competitive games, you probably let both Notre Dame and Texas in, right, and really get some legit games in there. But this is how they want to go this year. Like I said, I think Tulane, Ole Miss, could that be the fucking upset of some March Madness type shit? Something to look at, man. That made me scratch my ass, and I don't even have any hemorrhoids. I think that's pretty much about it. Undertaker, on Twitter is kind of teasing something, but my guess is he's just messing with the fans. And it's probably going to be a podcast interview with AJ Styles. I think a lot of the pictures are from his last match about 5 years ago with AJ Styles, how they wrestled out in like the yard, um, like in a cemetery yard. I think he's just messing with fans, and it's just going to be an AJ podcast on his show. But who knows? But I doubt it, man. The guy's like 50, 60 years old. I don't think he's gonna wrestle unless Saudi Arabia's gonna pay a lot of money. But we'll see what happens. Because they're having Royal Rumble next year, and then a few years later they're having WrestleMania. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I am out like a light. I will be back tomorrow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a good night. Oh man, Jesus Christ. All right, guys, I'm out like a light. Have a good night, everybody. Out like a light.